Welcome to the BAM podcast. That's right, BAM, business and money instead of bitching and moaning. This is the 2.0 version of the top 3 podcast, True Underdog. This will give you an inside look at building a business, overcoming business and personal issues, and most of all, not bitching and buying into this bitch-ass cancel culture lifestyle. I'm tired of it. I'm sure you're tired of it. Take it from me, who I've built 3 companies and have done over $1 billion in sales in my time. You're going to hear from cool-ass guests as well on my show. You have 0 time to bitch, time to make your move. Let's fucking go. Bam! Bam! Jason Waller here with the Business and Money Podcast. That's right, body and mind. We are here to help you overcome issues in business and reset that mind to make sure that you can set up for success. And I have got one of my favorite all-time people I hear. He's a mentor and a coach to me, a dear friend. He is an OG in mentorship, in training, in education, in running businesses. My man, David Meltzer. How you doing, baby?
Fantastic. When I get to see you, my heart just starts beating faster. The smile gets even bigger. My eyes get brighter because there's certain people that bring the frequency, bring the energy. They are part of my neighborhood, and you certainly are part of that neighborhood. And it's so amazing to see you. Let's get down to business.
Business. That's right. Well, listen, for the folks that do follow the show, most of them would already know who you are. We've done a couple shows together. We've had the 2-minute drill, where I was a co-host, where I was one of the co-hosts on your hosted show, 2-minute drill. And then also on your show, Office Hours, I've been on there as well. So you're all over the place. You're on TV. You're doing the Free Friday trainings. You're on LinkedIn. You're everywhere, and you're skilling. There's a lot of listeners out there that need to know, how do I build a brand? How do I go out there and monetize myself, share my knowledge and wisdom? How can I make myself, like you talk about, get a frequency out there to the right people and to be able to start from the ground up building that? And I know you've done that in several aspects. How would they start to do that, David?
Well, I think too many people are looking outside of what they need to look at, and meaning that where a brand starts is inside. A brand, especially a personal brand. You've done companies, products, solutions, and services, and you know that that brand starts with its capability. Its identity is in the capability, the quantifiable value that, solar brings, or flooring brings, or whatever other business you want to be, automobile business brings. But when we're talking about a personal brand, what we really need to do is look within inside and really understand this overused term of authenticity. And I prefer a word called essence. And what makes up the essence of a person, of a personal brand, is number one, that person's skills. So it's not 100% who you know, and it's not 100% what you know. It's 100% what you know and who you know that determines your authenticity and your essence, that aggregates with your skills. So what you are about, your desire, because, your skills and knowledge are your basement, and some people are born with a much higher basement according to their trajectory of what they're trying to pursue. But everyone has the same delta. Everyone has the same capability of having a desire that they must be what they can be. And if you understand your skills, your knowledge of what and who, and your desire, you now can understand your authenticity and your essence, your frequency, your vibration. And now it just becomes technical in its nature on how to build a brand.
When you're talking about knowing who they are, right? Or the essence, the authenticity of who they are. I see all of these influencers out there, and they're doing the same thing. They're all doing the same thing. Not you, but they all are offering the same. I think with your education, with your training, with your coaching, I've been through it. It's it's customized. It's personal. It's reaching deep in to who those people are and what they're trying to achieve. Where I've seen some of these other programs, these other folks, what they're doing, it's just like, here's my lifestyle. Do you want in? Pay here.
Yeah, so a lot of people are working from the outcome backwards. And where I'm looking at is understanding, let me teach you how to learn to love who you are and learn to love what you do. See, when you learn to love, it will tell you all its secrets, Jason. And that's what is truly the subtlety of success, even in branding. What I teach people to do is, let's understand your mindset, your heart set, and your hand set. And then determine that essence, that authenticity, to determine, even if you don't want to build a brand, if you just want to do well in life, I need to know the skills, the knowledge, and desires as well. If what you want is to attract influencers that are spreading the flu, dis-ease, if you want to attract influencers, people that tell the truth, teach the lessons, if you want people who have value, then you're going to attract those people by telling the truth.
So you talked about losing everything. A lot of listeners might not know, or new listeners or viewers might not know your story of building a fortune. You know, having tons of properties and worth, I think, close to $150 million, and then losing everything and then building it back.
I was the original influencer, man. I was spreading the flu. I was an overseller, back-end seller, liar, manipulator, and cheater. And I'll tell you what, that, they talk about karma. Karma, if you translate the word karma, it means consequence. And, time is a variable, a dependent variable of consequence. If you cut the line, sooner or later, you're going to go to the back of the line. And that's what karma really is. It's the coincidences that are created by the attention and intentions that you create in your life.
You showed me the value of why it's so important to have coach to go through things that they've been through, to kind of find a way to be able to handle the problems that are thrown at you, to be able to overcome the challenges, to be able to see through some of the bullshit you mentioned. Like, how do you get to the next level? So I can't thank you enough on how how much you impacted me the last couple of years. I love your comeback story. I'm on that comeback, and I love, you're one of the inspirations I look at. Look, you lose everything, but it was for the better.
The only reason I wanted to be rich as a kid was probably very similar to yours. I wanted to buy my mom a house, right? I wanted a nice place to live for her. I wanted a nice car for her to drive. And, here I was in my mid-30s, a multimillionaire. My nickname was Midas, or Money Money. That's how much I identified with money, and that's how much people identified my success and tied it to the dollar. But I had to go tell my mom I lost all my money, and I lost her house because I didn't take my name out of her title. And so the bank took her house as well. Well, I will tell you, man, I was angry. And then I realized I was about to learn the greatest lesson of my life, which was that I am only limited by the meaning that I give the past. But I will tell you, there's 3 stages of accountability. One, I'm responsible for me, meaning I'm responsible for making sure that I do my due diligence, that I protect myself from being stolen from, cheated, manipulated. I also am responsible for what I attract into my life, surrounding myself with the right frequency and energy. And I'm also most responsible for the participation in the perception that I was under.
And it's such a great story about how you're such a great family man. I meet a lot of
Today.
folks that come on today.
Hey, no,
Yeah,
look,
today.
I'm older
Where's
than
she
you,
at
man.
now?
Like, I know you had some personal struggles with relationships, and I'm sitting there going, dude, I've been there. Like,
Yeah.
I learned my lessons, and I'm just glad that I literally had survived, because I'm here on Valentine's Day thinking I am so blessed. I've never been more in love and attracted to. I'm 55 years old, and I'm so blessed because of the woman that I woke up next to today.
And relationships and business and life's peaks and valleys, and me and Liz are at the best spot we've been in a long time,
Which is what my wife told me to ask you. Make sure you ask about Liz. I hope they're okay.
We're at a great spot. I think when people go into battles, I think they bond.
And when we can find the blessings without the battles, and
Yeah.
find the bonding without the battles, now we can become productive, accessible, and gracious beyond our wildest imaginations. And, that's a lesson that, I see already in your protection and promotion for the unfortunate circumstances that, occur.
Amen to that. I had Eric Thomas on a little bit ago, a couple weeks ago, and we were talking about, there's a pastor from Elevation Church. And one of the things he said is similar to what you just said, is that every time you're going in a battle, you're really just finding your way to the blessing. And when you're in the blessing, you just need to hold on to it, because you've got to know another battle's going to come. We have to go through things in order to find better opportunity to better ourselves. With business of what you're doing, I know your mission's to empower 1 billion people to be happy.
Over a billion. Don't limit
1
me.
billion people to make lots of money and be happy. Talk about that.
Yeah, so look, through all the dummy tax that I've paid and the people that I've learned from and continue to learn from, and I study every day, and I look to see how best can I create, these 3 things in people's lives. 1, abundance. You know, there's enough of everything for everyone, including money. Money's just an energy. Energy itself, whether it's behavior or money, it has three characteristics. One is it aggregates itself, it builds on itself. It also compounds, which gives you an exponential growth component as well. And then the third characteristic of energy is it accelerates on itself. So if I can get people to utilize money in that characteristic or behaviors in the same characteristics, it allows them to detach from the outcomes, and it allows them to focus in on loving the process, which makes them love the outcome. We don't take ourselves so seriously. You don't know what you don't know. I don't know what I don't know. So I'm going to stop pretending that I know what I know. And what I'm going to do is my best, learn lessons, and have fun. And so I set out on a mission to empower people like you.
I appreciate that. So let's talk a little sports.
All
I
right.
can't not talk sports.
I have two favorite teams, right? I have the Chargers and whoever playing the Chiefs. So this was a very disappointing season to handle, and it just it's amazing. You know, football is such an amazing, entertaining sport.
David, I appreciate you coming on to the show. I'd love you so much, man. Everything that you've helped me out with in life and business and coaching, I appreciate that. And I will take you up on the opportunity jumping back on the show. I miss it. I miss challenging those contestants and getting loud and kind of being, your rainbow sherbet out there, not your vanilla,
Yeah, you are certainly rainbow sherbet, and we love all of the different flavors that you bring to the show and your extreme street hood knowledge that no entrepreneur can go without. You make the show. So you have a VIP invitation. If you want to swing out for office hours as well the next 2 weeks, come out to Vegas. I'll always find a spot for Jason Waller. And if you need any help on that brand, man, I can't think of anyone I'd rather work with than you. So please reach out.
I appreciate that so much. And hey, guys, you can make sure you follow David. You can follow him at David Meltzer 11 on Facebook, David Meltzer 2 on LinkedIn. Is that correct?
Or at David
and
Meltzer
David,
on Instagram.
Or at David Meltzer on Instagram. Thanks, David. Bam!
Bam! Thank you, brother.